Mr. Rico's way.
Larry, Tokyo Auto Salon 2025. Thank you. Welcome to the booth.
Yeah, so you have two cars this time.
Yes, when I had the communication with the Nadasan, I knew I was going to bring the car we shot in 2019 for SEMA, but I thought it would be really catchy if people heard, hey, Rico's got two hot Herokus. So I ran with the idea, and so after the Quail this year, I made the decision in 3 months to build this car.
Get out of here. 3 months.
3 months.
So then, okay, a couple things I noticed right away. The shade of gold is different from your normal gold.
Right, so this is the Porsche Gold.
Okay.
So this is the Yoshiwara Yukaku, the 993 Gold. And as we walk our way to the back, I have a sample for you, so everybody will understand. So that's the Porsche me and Larry are talking about.
Oh, okay.
So when I rebuilt that car for SEMA in, what was that, 22, I came up with a color called Aged Inca Gold, a more mature, a more deeper color to represent the years I've been building and how I've changed my...
And then, so then this is not like a factory color.
Correct. These are my custom blends that I build for each car. Got so much positive feedback from the new Porsche Gold, so ran with it.
It looks really good. I also love the fact that you already have a 1/10 scale model of it.
Yeah, so Pandora RC and Factory Mu graciously on their own support me. So this is built in Japan before the show. I sent them some mock-up photos. Even the dash is duplicated.
So the highlight of this build, from my understanding, is the engine bay, because from the outside, while it looks good, really nice paint job, very clean, the engine bay is where it's all at.
The engine bay is right. And so on the outside, I would say if we were at Weekfest, Larry, Stance Nation, and I do love that, you would get a pass. But I wanted to, after building for so many years, the way I'm building now, Larry, I'm trying to forecast how I want the viewers to feel. So I want them to see a stance car. Once we dive closer in, it's not a stance car.
It's Rico's style.
And Rico loves race cars.
You know, it's so crazy to me how much more insane like the whole N2 style is versus this, but this is it's like of its era.
Right. I want to pay patronage to the classic racing style of the 4AG. So to do that is to get rid of the fuel injection, go back to the Mikuni. So I'm running Mikuni 44s built by Kyusha Takasan in Texas. And also to get back with the racing style is to go dry sump. So I'm running the MRP dry sump from Australia.
That is so hooked up. This is beautiful. This setup is incredible.
So traditionally the dry sump tank will go behind the passenger. But since it is a street car and I do have full windows, I didn't want to smell the oil. So we had a tank, we tubbed out the fender well to custom fit this Moroso dry sump tank. Same thing like that one, how I did the radiator tuck. Did the radiator tuck, attempted it, didn't like the condition of the metal, built a whole new front end for the car. So the oil cooler is on the front. So we're passing the oil from the bottom of the tank, oil pan to the tank, coming to the oil cooler, coming to our oil filter, and then we pass around to the original location for the oil.
So then tell me about the 4AG.
The car is an original GTS 4AG blue top with custom valve covers I had made about 4 years ago from B-Speed from New Zealand. The engine was built by Ezekiel at CM Auto House in Fremont. So we got HKS timing belt, cam gears, HKS springs and cups. Due to the 3-month time frame, I did not crack the block, but we plan to order a stroker kit from MRP for later show dates.
So then how many liters would that be?
We go to a 1. So my understanding is they go up to a 1.8.
Nice headers too.
Thank you. So
great.
Those are Marcellus R1 headers. Again, due to show time, since we're building in 3 months, I was going to have a custom header built by Winter Speed Shop. That's the company that did all the fab work. But, you know, doing custom headers will take at least 3 days. So I went Marlis R1 for that.
So does this mean, because it's a dry sump setup, did you lower the motor at all?
So JSP has engine mounts made out of billet. And they have the option to do the factory height or this, which everybody at the show is loving. Besides the aesthetics, they love the drop. They love the drop. So I am lowering the center of gravity of the engine by lowering it, but also I'm increasing my ground clearance by having the dry sump. So best of both worlds.
So how much lower is it, do you know?
It's about that much.
Okay.
So I would say inch to inch and a half. And it's enough that visually no one is missing it. Everyone is coming here and doing this. Subframe, as you can see, has been done in gold.
So like a lot of the subframe, is it all zinced or what?
Yeah, I had it all gold zinc.
Okay, zinc plated. It's so cool. Like just the theme.
You like the water canteen?
The theme, yeah, I love that so much. The theme goes throughout the entire build. It is really cool to see this style. So then, did you take this down to metal? Like, what was the process?
Yes, I did. So this was my street car. This is a 1985 Corolla GTS. This was my street car. And actually the history of the SEMA car, as we documented in our video way back when, what was it, the 100K 86 video, Larry Chen, check it out, was I bought that SR5 roller to finish this car. And then it sat in my house for 4 years, and then we built the SEMA car.
Okay, I see what you mean. So you bought the roller, took parts off of it?
To build this car as my daily driver. Way back when. So I've actually owned this car since 2014. It's a real Corolla GTS. For Tokyo Auto Salon, I was no way going to treat it any different than a SEMA build or a Monterey build. Actually, I felt the eyes would be even more critical than SEMA, because we're in the homeland, right? So I completely sandblasted the whole car. Stitched the whole car, full roll cage.
And this is, so like US delivery car. Obviously it was built in Japan, but it's so interesting to me that you returned it back to Japan.
What's even more funny, besides the car, what's even more funny is the 11 OEM fenders, which I bought from Japan, which is the rear bumper. And it's about 5 pieces on the front to do the conversion, because you have to do both fenders, the hood, the lights, and the front bumper. That is even more laughable to me, is that you shipped it years ago, and there's still 11 conversion. It's still a very pricey conversion.
Yeah, because it would have been more unique for it to be here if it had all US stuff. Because then they would be like, oh, wow.
True. And that's all personal choice. And that's what I'm always preaching, Larry, this whole time, Rico style. What I'm all about is that I personally love the 11s. I'm a huge fan of the Japanese enthusiast style of the slam 11s with the stance. And also what I'm pushing this year is Rico style wa jonetsu desu. Rico style wa jonetsu. Jonetsu is passion. Because I always get the question, Larry, is like, Rico, what are you doing? Right? We've been hanging out since 2014 Car Week, right? Way back. Passion is what's been pushing me all these years.
Let's talk about the wheel tire setup, and then let's talk about the inside. So what are we looking at here?
So these are XR4s. These are 14-inch diameter. They're 8 inches width. Offset is -13. I decided to go the classic style, so one side of the car is black, the other side is polished. This stretch style is a style that I started coming up with during COVID when we were all bored. I started slamming this car. And the trick that I found is I run 155 55s, and I run them under 45 pounds of pressure. And I've been driving that style for over 3 years. So I decided to bring I'm not saying stretch is unique, but this 155 style is very uncommon in the United States. It's very uncommon. Even when I did it, many people said, "Hey, Rico, it's not gonna work, you can't do it, you're gonna rub, you're gonna pop your tire." So I've proven it on my own risking my own life. So for me, it's more of like an inside cool factor for me to bring that. So everybody's been coming and checking out, like, what tire are you running on? So I'm running 55.
That is
55.
so narrow. That is insane.
And as we talk about the tire and wheel package, I wanted to keep OEM outside. Yeah, they are folded and cut, but I wanted to maintain that clean OEM look.
Can I just point out the fact that these two could not be more different in terms of builds too? Like wide, modern power plant, more modern power plant, race car inspired. This is also race car inspired, but stock body. I think it's pretty cool that they're just that different, and it's very evident that you've built something special because of how many people stop by nonstop looking at the car.
Thank you. Yes, and so when I was talking with the N2-style Salon about how we're going to name the booth this year actually is Rico style. Last year I was under invitation with D's Club. I'm still under invitation from the N2-style Salon family, but they, as a gift to me, they allowed the booth to be named under my name. So this is called Rico style AE86 Race, and this is called Rico style AE86 Street. So that's how we've been communicating to all the fans that this is my street version.
Yeah, let's take a look at the back tire setup too. So are you running 155 here too?
Yes, I'm on 155.
How could you even put the power to the ground, even with the 4AG?
I have, and we can put it on the comments, I have toge with this setup before. The car handles, but you're just so scared you're gonna roll a tire. But it's so fun. And everybody's just laughing because this car does hit the ground on the freeway. But in the toge, you know, after we do the run together, we meet up at Alice's in the Bay Area. Whoever's running with me is like, man, Rico, you were sparking everywhere. Because, you know, the canyon roads is sometimes cupped or balanced.
This is insane to me that you run this on the street. I thought this was just for show.
No, so the setup, this setup is proven. I've been running this setup for years. What I did for this show was strip the whole car, add the cage. I had Annex build me a custom true rear setup for the car because I used to run a different brand. Went with Panic, new axles. Now I have a baby BBK kit from Techno Toy. It features all of Techno Toy's tunings, suspension parts.
How big can you really go, right? I mean,
yeah. So Techno Toy actually has this is their standard. They call it BBK, big brake kit, but that is for a 15-inch rim.
Yeah.
And now they actually have I think they call it mini BBK if you want to run 13s.
See, this is special for the folks that come by to look at this car, because looking inside, they'll realize right away that it's a left-hand drive US car. And it's kind of funny to me because this is something that we see all the time on the show floor. People love running California plates, but it's fake.
Oh.
You know, this is a real California registered, currently registered car that I'm assuming you'll ship back to California.
Yes. And I'll show you later. You gotta see it. I don't want to say it's unique to me. I don't want to say I'm never doing anything for the first time. But if you look at my nameplates for this is the second year I do Auto Salon. So always the first day, the officials from the Auto Salon come and red tag my flyer, my signs, and they put a sticker saying that this car is illegal to be driven on the street. I might come up with a T-shirt like Tokyo Auto Salon Outlaw.
Yeah. So that's a mark of success for you then.
It's a wild thing. They came last year and they were really getting on me. They're like, hey, these are not legal. And we were like, hey, these are California cars. I drive them on the street. And they're like, nope, these cars are illegal.
Yeah.
We're going to come back and tag you.
Right, got it. So Techno Toy door card, very, very clean, beautiful.
I wanted to
love the clean look.
I wanted on this car. My inspiration was to do a GT3 vibe. So where you have the door cards, have glass, have cranks. I wanted to maintain the seals. Went back in with the full cage.
Love that steering wheel so much.
So, and I do have pictures I can provide you later for B-roll. This steering wheel is extremely special. If you were here earlier, you're going to see tears coming down my eyes. In 2019, I met Mizuno-san from Mizuno Works for the first time, and I purchased his number 4 wheel, which was already an old production and it was limited. We took a photo together of us holding the wheel, had a great conversation over an hour, and we have maintained a friendship over the years by me visiting his shop or him coming to see me. I kept it a secret. It's in the biography of the car, and I said, Mizuno-san, I really want you to come to the show. I got something for you. So I bought this wheel at Tokyo Auto Salon in 2019. I'm back in 2025. Like the bumpers, like the car coming back, I brought the steering wheel back with his shifter on the car. And to say he was very speechless and touched. And that is a huge part of why you see Rico in Japan. What's Rico doing? Why is Rico always trying to support? Is because I have a strong relationship with R2B, all the OG songs, all the legends out here, that I want to support these guys. We want this to keep going.
Yeah. So let's talk about the rest of the interior. Very clean, no dash look.
Yeah, so continuing my tradition of the no dash, but we wanted to decide to design a center console with autometer, still using speed wire systems for the main connections of power to fire.
It's so
Same thing with all my
clean.
cars. All my cars have shaved handbrakes.
The wiring, everything is really clean, done very well. Love the pedal box setup too.
Yeah, I went with the center support that kind of hugs and cradles the tilt-in pedal setup with the reservoirs. And
Matching seats.
the seats are special again for this show. Lot USA with Bunsan has been supporting me ever since I built the SEMA for 2019. These seats are actually for the 25th to 30 year Lot USA. So these seats are actually not for sale in Japan. So for the enthusiasts to see a bride with gold piping and the gold lettering, this is something they can't buy. So Boone from Lot USA thought it would be really cool to feature something limited.
Man, it really is so clean in and out. JSP bits all over the place. Techno toy tuning all over the place. Everything zinc plated.
Yeah,
Well, look at this. I didn't realize they made this.
Yeah, so I wanted to go the full GT3 look.
Dude,
Do all the metal plating.
Every panel.
Even here, even this is gold zinced. Take it apart.
Really, nothing is untouched. You massaged everything. This is so cool. I didn't realize they made all this stuff.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing to support the shops that are making products for cars that we love, Larry. And
This is an interesting setup here too. What's up with that?
yeah, so those are the T3 boxes for the 4-link. So when you do run the Hachiroku in a lowered stance, this is an aftermarket product that Technotoy sells, so you can reposition the rear axle and the pinion angle.
Got it. Otherwise, it would just be...
You'll get binding.
It's basically impossible to do it without those.
I used to run this car slammed. What happens is the axle will hit it and eventually bend the 2 links. So doing this way, it will never hit them.
Wow, what a neat setup. That means you can't have a back seat, but who cares?
Who cares when we're going fast?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is this is just all business. You could go as fast as you need to go on these 155s. I was gonna say 255s.
Yeah, no.
155 is
55.
so
Narrow.
that's like an eraser, sir. I'm scared for you. I'm actually scared. You're nuts.
And and so these are Battle Garage titanium open-ended lug nuts. They help me source a lot of the OEM parts and aftermarket parts from Fremont. That's Battle Garage. CM Auto House, Ezekiel built the engine. Annex did the suspension. Cusha from Texas built the carbs for me. And these are the guys who built the RC car.
I just want to look at it from here. This setup is Very neat. What's up with that shifter?
Yeah, so the shifter is from the T3 also. It's they call it an extended shifter. I love the billet hardware. I did not want to run a boot for the show. I want people to see it, because otherwise they would think it was just an extended handle. I want them to see that it was a true.
What's this from though?
That's Mizuno Works original shifter. If you go to the top of it, Larry, you'll see Mizuno Works symbol on top of the shift knob. And that's classic Kyusha historical history of the wooden shift knob.
What an odd looking shift knob. That is so interesting. So then, is this a AE86 transmission?
Yes, I'm still running the T50.
Okay.
I'm still running T50. I had Ezekiel crack it, redo the clutch and flywheel for me. Same thing, it features a cause two-way on the rear diff, got panic axles.
When you put the stroker in it, what kind of power are you looking to make out of this?
I think with the stroker and carbs, remember I am being carb because I want to be true to historical style and to things that I love. So I think with the stroker, I really don't want to go, I think 150 to 180s, because to be in the 240 would be a former Atlantic, running a high compression. On also, we have to be running a higher octane, like say 110. And then it'll be, and I could go to the Atlantic dealer in Berkeley, but I would have hours. So it's the look of it, it's the sound of it. The headers only go as far as below my feet, and it dumps to the floor. With Mikuni 44s, we got a pass-through head with headers short on the ground. I mean, I don't think we all have much of fear of flying because we're so high in the air. But any car that we drive slam, no matter how fast you're going, it's so exhilarating. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You touch and go as you go. You follow all the curves in the road. This car, even though it wasn't fully built before, was actually one of my most exhilarating cars to own amongst all the stuff that I have. Because you have to pay attention.
Yeah, no kidding.
Just fun. And I've been talking to like Bad Mike, all these guys have been coming by, Claire, yourself. I said, hey guys, I just want to create conversation. We just want people to smile. We just want people to stay. We want people to stay in this culture.
I love that, because I saw you post that you're gonna reveal this car, and I didn't know what to expect. You're just never gonna know what Rico's gonna build. So
again, I wanted to stay true. I wanted to stay true with it. Well, how we used to do it at SEMA, how it used to be.
Yeah.
No releasing photos. No midnight. Hey guys, I gotta drop. No. Remember, we want to support the venue. We want to support ticket sales. We want to support the show. We want the fans to have a reason to come on the first day. We want the first day to sell out. And the way we get the show to sell out on Fridays, we want surprises for the enthusiasts. And I encourage that for anybody that does Weeks Fest, SEMA, Monterey, any kind of show. Just be patient. It's going to be so sweet. I've been on a huge emotional roller coaster this whole show by the amount of feedback, the amount of support compared to last year. The first day of the show, it looked like it was Christmas. My entire platform was full of omiyage. Everybody bringing me water, bringing me food, bringing me charms. I have all this stuff. And people coming and so excited that I recognize them from last year. SEMA's dope. And so people ask me, hey Rico, are you gonna go back to SEMA? How do you feel? And I say, hey guys, I am just going on a progression from car meet when we were young, Week Fest, SEMA, Monterey, and now I'm in Tokyo. And I just feel I'm just trying to progress my style and evolve.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, thank you so much.
Larry,
appreciate you.
Happy New Year, the year of the snake. Let's go.